Now, I really don't like sex. Hell no, hell no, hell no. I don't like sex anymore because I think about the manifestation of two slaves. And two slaves, motherfucker, they was on that plantation and they was having sex and that driver was driving them. And before the baby was made, it was increased. And then they was looked at as stock. So imagine some stock, a breeder, and a Negro having sex on a plantation. And they just having sex, they just having sex. So I don't like sex anymore. Hell no. And then I see the manifestation of going outside your race. And I'm ready to see a lot of NBA players. It's happening. It's happening because Michael Jordan was in the 90s. It's happening. There's a lot of guys, somebody like Trae Young, he's light-skinned. And then he went off and got him a fair-skinned, I think she's quote-unquote Latinx woman. And now his baby came out with some weird looking hair and weird skin. Doesn't look black. And I don't like that. I'm not fond of that. So now I don't really like the idea of sex anymore. I understand Robbie Lee, how he said no man was good enough for his daughters, and his daughter were to be a light in his house until he died. And he did the necessary to where his daughters could travel. I know daughter of me was away from the family, and Mildred or Precious Life, she addressed it, but you see the fact as the fact. So now I'm not all that fond of sex. Robert E. Lee was a driver himself, and that increase is that increase, and that stock was that stock. And how did they increase themselves? They had to have sex. When the Civil War happened, Robert E. Lee wives, Mary, his wife Mary, she was in a wheelchair when the Civil War happened. Hell yeah, she was in a wheelchair. So Robert E. Lee wasn't having sex around the time that you just see it. But in the fact, they used to call Robert E. Lee Granny Lee. That's what the Union soldiers called Robert E. Lee, because he used to always avoid war, because the Union soldiers used to always outnumber the Confederates. So Robert E. Lee didn't want to go to conflict so quickly. So they used to call Robert E. Lee Granny Lee. So I give the fact as a fact. I don't want to have sex anymore. Some black woman's ready to be in my environment, and everybody ready to look at me and say, why don't you try to talk to that black woman? She is 6 or 7, and I'm ready to say she is 6 or 7. So now I'm thinking about sex. She just is thinking about sex. She want me to get with her, because if I got with her, there'd be a good looking son if I were to get with her. But that's a manifestation of that breeder. And then that light skinned woman ready to have that same mindset. Go out and get you another job, and she don't give a damn about nothing about what I'm saying. Hell no, they don't. I'll be ready to ask sometime, do you see these assholes oppressing me? Do you see these assholes giving they signs? Do you see it? Are you watching? And then, motherfucker, but I don't think a lot of people see it. I don't think they see it. When these assholes are oppressing me and they giving me their signs, I don't think a lot of people see it. That's what I think. Hey. And then women ready to start giving me signs. Okay, I push them away. So now it's just me and my oppressor. And now they looking at me and say, Kevin, we oppressing you. What you gonna do next? I don't know what I'm gonna do next. I don't know.